We return to the council for Chapter 12, Farewell. Last time, we got the Lance of Longinus, or we assume we have the right one. What will we do with it? Well, Mother wants us to escape from the island now, and come back better equipped to kill some demons, I guess, is what the plan is. All right, well, let's get back to Mom and make her proud of us that we got the right one. Let's do it.
I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
All right, let's see. What do I want to read? Actually, I've read everything except these. And I can't, because I don't have all the pieces. It looks like, can't actually do anything here. All right, I guess. Unfortunate, I can't educate myself further right now. Join Mother at the wharf. I still think he should stick the Lance of Longinus in his stump. It would be pretty badass. Not, you know, sanitary, but badass.
De Richet, sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
Hold on. Let's see. Looks like I took like in the upper left corner there was like some I don't know what that icon was. I think it adds an effort point. I can cure negative alteration with 2. Okay. Hit him. That's the appropriate response. Come up here accusing me of stealing? Ridiculous. There's only one way a gentleman would handle this. Join Mother at the wharf. How do we get to the wharf? I guess we'd want to get to the front door. Napoleon went down pretty easily. We didn't even ball our fist up. We just gave him a light slap. Should have punched him with the stump. Well, I mean, I guess we're not going to get the romance option with Napoleon now. But we have to keep our mind on business. Apparently, it seems that Piaget and, I think he said, Volner were talking about us stealing something from Mortimer, so I guess they knew that we were looking for the lance. They were comparing notes. Because we did ask them about the lance.
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
All right. I mean, what are we gonna do? Gotta act not suspicious.
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat. I wanted you... Oh no, your hand.
Oh, he noticed.
So that's it. She's prepared to use you.
What do you mean?
It wasn't enough for her to lose her hand. She had to make you lose yours too. I cannot permit this to continue. Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
That is?
The wrong road?
Louis, Sarah has made her own choices of her own free will, and I would like for you to have the same chance. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons.
Let's not say anything.
She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
How many of you are there?
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are because a large number of our kind remain hidden or never reveal themselves even to us.
Since when have the demons been among us?
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
Historical events? Sure. Our erudition reduces the cost.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
We could talk about a whole lot of historical events.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh, yes, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur, Louis. Impressive.
What about the Greeks?
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras, well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis. I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
What about ancient Rome?
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Oh, yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, but from this period I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus Vitruvius Pollio.
What about the death of Christ? I believe you're a big fan.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. You weren't him, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. He was my father, though. Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon? Am I dreaming? Ugh, please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father. All the mythology surrounding Jesus of Nazareth really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
Well, I mean, I guess we're not going to talk about that anymore. I mean, he was pretty concerned about the whole life and death of Christ, considering his big hand-chopping puzzle. But maybe later. Let's talk about the Crusades.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among other things, yes. Mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
I know enough. Do you manipulate thoughts?
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
What are these powers exactly?
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
I don't know. I think birds are pretty awesome. To what end, Lord Mortimer? Oh, things got a little choppy for a second. I think it's fine. To what end?
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
What do you mean?
And how is it you help men exactly?
Let's just say that without us, man would probably never have left his cave. Fire, the wheel, tools, writing. We are the spark that inspires man to search, to grow, to evolve.
Are you the devil?
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goat's feet, Louis. I have no tail.
That folklore? My cultism reduces the points on this.
Why do you bring up folklore? You mean that you've taken advantage of people's beliefs?
No, not exactly. I mean that we in fact created them from scratch. It is amazing to see how mankind has such a strong need to believe in something superior to itself. It was very instructive for what was to come.
How can I believe him?
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
Why tell me all this?
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
What's happening with my mother?
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
What do you think about that?
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together until I revealed my true nature to her.
Oh, that's Al-Azif, the Al-Azif
The
book.
old book was Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
Oh, people always wanting to unlock the secrets of the Al-Azif. Everyone always doing that. Nothing good ever comes from it. What are your intentions, Lord Mortimer?
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
What exactly is a demon?
How would you qualify your species scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
Let's see. Well, physics goes down to 0. Biology 0. Okay, so it's like there's a few things. Do I want to talk about physics, biology, or philosophy? Let's talk about physics.
I'd say physics.
So, consider us like the mechanical vibration of fluids.
You mean sound?
That's right. The physical properties of acoustics are very similar to those of our abilities. Imagine us as something like waves.
All right, that's all we need. They're like sound waves. That's what demons are. All right, I guess we asked everything.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you.
Why conference? Was von Borchert working for him? Von Borchert was gonna give the... Like, how did that go? Von Borchert was looking for Alazif. I forget if he was... I think he was gonna give it to Mortimer directly, but then von Vollner wanted it to give it to Holm. Oh, Elizabeth, hey! She hasn't come up for a while.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
So... Use 2 points for so... Let's use that to break it 0.
A voice in Elizabeth's head. It was you.
It was my father, to be precise.
All right. Oh, getting a little choppy there. I don't know why that's happening. Why conference?
If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
So my politics lets me ask this at no cost.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
Was von Borchert working for you?
So, von Borchert, he was looking for the Alazif for you.
Exactly. Alazif has always belonged to my family, Louis, and with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Alazif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right.
I believe it's possible for von Borchert to die in that intro cutscene, depending on your choices. But the choices I made resulted in him being alive.
I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
He needs support of the Order. He needs me. He wants to retrieve the spear. I see where he's going. Oh, my logic is so bad. I do not have the points to see where he's going with this. I'd also used my last one of those Carmelite waters, so I cannot use my logic. He needs the support of the Order. So these two are free. He needs me. He wants to retrieve the spear. Okay, so my conviction lets me not have to spend points on he needs me.
I mean, it's obvious you want me on your side, but that doesn't explain why you're telling me all these truths.
Oh, we learned an immunity.
Is indeed of capital importance to me. And yes, I want you on my side. But that's not the main reason that compels me to confide in you.
What is it then?
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Gasp!
Serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from?
Ha!
Talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
I can't believe it. Well, who's mom then? If mom is not mom.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
Yeah, feeling fine about it. I mean, who hasn't found themselves inside someone else's body when they're asleep? Happens to the best of us.
You can say that again.
For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
Hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
Da-na-na-na.
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
Great. What a useful ability to have. That would be a Great.
Hang on. You mean to say that if someone lies to me that I will know?
Exactly.
But that's just incredible.
You still need to practice, though. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent, when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourself will know that you are spying, and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy, and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later, if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
Thoughts reading. I am now able to hear the superficial thoughts of my interlocutors. Each use of mind reading costs 1 essence point. I can earn 1 back when confronted to an immunity, 2 by exploiting a vulnerability, and 3 by consuming a devil's thorn. Well, I'm off.
Let's see what Mortimer's thinking about.
He is thinking he might not have been clear enough with you. When I told you not to try to read into Gregory or her experienced demons, it also applied to me, of course.
You can hear me think?
Of course I can. I can sense you. For the moment, your mind shines like 1,000 lights because you haven't yet mastered the art of concealment from the psyches of others. So, I give you a weapon, and the first thing you do is try to shoot me with it? If my intentions were evil, you would already be at my mercy. So be very careful on whom you use the talent.
I'll apologize.
All right. Please excuse me.
And don't ever apologize, my son. You are far above that from now on. Now go. One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
All right, she did tell us a story about something like that. About stealing a baby. I guess that was us. Join my mother at the wharf.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
All right, well, first of all, I had a negative trait there. So let's see. Why is it getting choppy? I don't know why that's happening. Let's see. It said I gained... It said arrogant. There was also new blood. Is that, or maybe that's traits. Yeah. Gain 1 skill point in conviction because I am arrogant. Okay, I learned how to read people's shallow thoughts. I had a revelation about my origins. Alright, so I didn't expect we would get, like, such a notable new skill this late in the game. But it did say, let's see. Yeah, we learned he has an immunity to conviction, also an immunity to science. We don't know any of his vulnerabilities. And I have a new meter, which is my my mind reading points. All right, well, we weren't able to go through this door before. This takes us outside.
You shot her in cold blood.
What is at stake here far outweighs our personal interests. I
Our
should...
personal interests. I'm talking about my sister's life. She was my other half.
Calm down, Emily. Calm down.
Louis, don't come near me.
I warned you what would happen if I found her.
You don't... I mean, you shot her, Emily. You didn't actually have to. And while... Maybe we use some reverse psychology. Well, I mean, I do actually want to talk to Sarah about what happened. I would prefer if she if she stayed alive so we could have what is assuredly a real stupid conversation about our birth. Confrontation start. Read mind.
I was so hoping it wouldn't end like this. I'm fed up with all these deaths.
Lower your arm. No one's gonna die. You're not a murderer. Sarah didn't kill Emily. I command you to lower your arm.
Emily, put the weapon down.
She has to pay for all the harm she's done to me.
Well, to be fair, we've all made mistakes. And look at her, Emily. She's paid for hers.
I'm all alone now.
Duchess, I am sorry for what happened. I didn't have any choice.
Ah, you! Shut your mouth! You had the choice, all right. You use people according to your own desires, without any scruples.
Excuse me, Duchess, but we're in the same line of business.
Shut it!
And as for Emma, she knew only too well.
No, Emily. Look at me. Emily?
What did you say?
Mom, you're making it worse. You're not good at this, Mom. If Sarah must die, it must be by my hand.
Emily, no. If she has to die, it will be by my hand. That bitch lied to me all my life, Emily.
Louis!
Shut up! You lied to me!
What are you talking about?
If she has to die, I'm the one who's gonna do it.
Louis, no! What did he tell you?
But why did Sarah betray Emma? Why?
Your sister was supposed to hide something, and no one was supposed to have been able to find it.
And she would never have talked, even under torture. So why get rid of her?
Unfortunately, Emily, the creatures who live here employ methods that no one can resist.
I was going to get her out of there for God's sake. So what are you talking about?
Well, is she ready to learn about demons? What are you thinking about right now?
Don't tell me Emma died because of that book. I have to know. Anything but that damn book.
Anything but the book? All right. Here's some good anything.
Emily Mortimer's a demon! In the literal sense of the word.
What are you...
Lord Mortimer has been around since the Third Crusade.
Success!
Fiddles with his family records so he can keep maintaining his identity.
I'm talented.
But I swear on everything I hold dear, that's the truth.
What? But when did...
Louis, Do you realize what you are asking me to believe?
I know, but it's the truth, Emily.
How do you expect me to accept this? We are in the Golden Order precisely to fight against such beliefs.
Do you remember those deeds we found behind the chimney? They weren't fake. There's a reason why they're all signed by his same hand.
Demons.
In his study, he keeps the Mortimer family tree. They produced only boys, just one per generation since the Third Crusade. And they are all called William. He justifies his own existence, Emily.
Look, I'm going to believe you, but if you're taking me for a ride...
Unfortunately for us, it'd be impossible to even make up a story like that.
All right, I believe you. Thank him. You owe him your life.
I have always been very lucky to have him as my son.
That was kind of a strange thing.
Well, anything's possible.
This is no time to be joking. Just help me.
I mean, Emily was the one who shot Emma.
Get off of this cursed island.
No, I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you, until you've told me everything.
For crying out loud, what are you talking about?
I mean, Emily didn't have to shoot Emma. We already figured out who Emma was, and she was not holding a gun. Let's read Mom's thoughts.
No, not now, no. Make him not want to know.
I know.
I know everything.
No. I beg you, please trust me. He's manipulating you. We must leave.
Paris.
Can't you see he wants you? And he'll do anything to turn you against me.
Number 12 on Rue des Martyrs.
He had to pay for what he did to me. I panicked. There she was with the baby due. I thought it was the right time to touch it, but
touch it? By disemboweling her and stealing me from her?
The girl was already condemned to die. He never leaves any witnesses behind. She meant nothing to him. And I absolutely had to find a way of stopping him.
By stealing a baby?
You lost your mind or what? How did you stop him by stealing a baby?
He was multiplying. I had to do something. It took me years to pick up his trail again, Louis. From the second I took you in, I couldn't bear to be apart from you. I looked after you, fed you, raised you, like a mother.
So there's my... So this does not use any points. This one, I don't have to use points because my manipulation is so high. What are you thinking right now?
I am your mother.
Well, shucks, you did raise me.
No, you always took care of me.
I devoted my whole life to teaching you to distinguish between right and wrong. So you would have the choice. You are not like him.
But you never told me.
I wanted to. I very nearly told you everything, at least a dozen times.
You didn't though, did you? Why?
I don't know, Louis.
Let's say I said I could get points back with let's see, yeah, with this.
I couldn't. Not after Venice.
Venice, you say? Man, I don't know why it's getting so choppy today. Venice?
Talk to me about Venice.
Oh no, Louis, let's go. I'll tell you everything once we get home. Now come.
You never wanted us to speak about it again. Winter 1791? Do you remember?
Louis, no. We agreed to never speak about it again.
Now I understand.
I want to know about Venice. Tell me about Venice.
We were on the trail of a businessman. We broke into his place one night. We ran into his wife.
Not that, Louis. It's in the past.
She too was pregnant. Was he Mortimer's as well?
Louis,
Answer.
Yes!
Well, what did she do with the child?
What became of the child?
I gave it away.
For him too? You became his mother, didn't you?
No, I gave him to a couple who couldn't have children. I never saw him again.
How many children have you stolen from him?
I saved all of you, Louis. I gave you a normal life.
What you thinking?
9. Louis, yes. I made mistakes in the past, but now I'm ready to...
Do you consider me a mistake?
No, not you. You are what I am most proud of in my whole life. You are good. You fight to do right. You are not like him.
Still, he is my father. Why did you steal me?
You don't want to know, believe me.
For once in your life, be honest. Why all this mess? Why do you have it in for him so much? Why?
Because I'm his daughter.
Gasp.
What he's doing. I see he has his eye on you. He's
Everyone's demons.
tempting you. He did it to me before you. And if you don't live up to his expectations, he will cast you away.
Is that what happened to you?
I wasn't good enough for him. So he rejected me.
What do you mean?
He tried to initiate me, but it would seem I am unable to develop his talent. I can't withdraw my mind from my body.
I get it. The reason why you abducted me is because he didn't love you, isn't it?
He doesn't love anyone, Louis. Don't be taken in.
Yeah, you know, let's forgive the old bag. Yeah, it's fine. There's demons involved. We're all demons, really. Everyone's demons here.
I'm a little mixed up, but I do understand your choice. You were wrong not to speak to me about it before, but I understand that you didn't want to leave me with him.
Oh, thank you, Louis. I promise never to lie to you again, my son. Come, let's go home.
I can't.
What do you mean? Why not?
I've got to know. Trust me. We'll meet in Paris.
He wants you, Louis. He will never let you go.
Don't worry.
Oh yeah, the letter. You gonna read this or not? I've been holding it the whole game.
Here. This is yours.
All right, I guess we won't know what's on that.
Don't forget, Louis. You've got the lance. You can beat him. If you hit him with it, he won't be able to escape from his mortal envelope, and he will die with it.
All right, the farewell. How did we do? Success. We stopped Napoleon from getting the lance. Okay, so Napoleon could have taken the lance from us. That's interesting. And we slapped him, which was fun. It was like a very light slap, and we just sent him to the ground. We arrived at the wharf. Okay, so we could have gotten there late. and Sarah could have been wounded. We stopped Emily from shooting, so Sarah could have been shot. So maybe she could have died? If Sarah could have died, I might assume that we're not going to see her again for the rest of the game. Because, you know, it's hard to make alternate paths. I found out about Sarah's lie. I let her go. I found out about my demon nature. No failures. Alternate paths. I could have had a discussion with Godoy. But if I did, would I have been late? Because the bit where it says I arrived at the wharf before Sarah was wounded, that makes it sound like that if I took too much time getting there, that Sarah would have been hurt. So I could have had a discussion with Godoy, but maybe that would have made me late. I don't know. Did not get up to level 13. Points? Let's see. 4 points. I could put one into etiquette. Etiquette's very important for a demon to know. Look how polite Mortimer is. We could learn something about linguistics. We could level up agility. Questioning. Vigilance. Why don't we, like, put a point into etiquette? Maybe put a couple into linguistics. One remaining point. Why don't we, let's see, agility, questioning. Let's put, like, start building up agility. All right, so this chapter, I did not get any new literature to read, unfortunately. So this chapter, game is getting dumber all the time, and I am into it. You know, the council ended up being something that I am way more into than I thought I would be, because everyone's demons now. We learned about our demon heritage. We learned that we're telepathic. We can read other people's minds, but reading other demons' minds is a problem. Wait, does that mean that Mom could tell that we were reading her mind? Or maybe she just wasn't, well, she didn't have the gift, right? She said she was not able to develop the gifts, so maybe she couldn't tell. But Mortimer can tell, and Holm would be able to tell if we tried to read his mind. So the next chapter, I assume, we're going to just start, you know, invading people's mental privacy, which is great, and learn things about our demon, about what, you know, further what's going on, the politics, the, you know, the, and furthermore, learning more about our demon heritage. Mom left the island. She could have died. And like I said, I feel that probably means we're not going to see her again, or like if we do, it's going to be very little. So Mom might have left the game permanently. We still do have the lance, so if it comes down to it, we can kill Mortimer and Holm with the lance. Do we want to do that? Maybe we're having a change of heart about this whole demon thing. Maybe. Not much gameplay in this chapter. It was mostly exposition, mostly talking with Mortimer, though there were a couple of like, you know, conversation battles, one with Napoleon and one with Emily. The Napoleon one, we won without talking, just by slapping him. So yeah, we're continuing on with the council. Quite an exposition-heavy chapter. So now that we know all this, how does this change what Louis is going to be doing on the island? Is he going to be helping out, continuing to help out Mortimer to try to win? Because, you know, like, we're learning about demons, we might be forgetting about how the whole purpose of the conference is that Mortimer wants everyone to agree on his proposal for France to, no, it was for Spain to sell Louisiana to France, so then France could sell it to the US. Are we still helping him with that? I guess that's the choice we're going to make as we continue on. And maybe we'll decide we're going to kill Mortimer. Do we want to kill him, or do we want to embrace our demon heritage? We'll find out as we continue on with the council.